dance, 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 dance. Can't stop the music. What am I gonna do? Can't stop the music. Chinese bag. Hello. Dance, 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 dance. Dance, 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 dance. Wendy, hello my love. Happy Monday. Welcome back. I'm gonna add myself in. If you're wearing an earpiece, watch your ears. Watch your ears. There we go. A little tippy tappies. Hello. 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 Oh, he's so happy. Hello, you came back home all by yourself like a big boy. Like a big boy. Yeah, Louie wants to come see mama. No. No. I love you. I love you. You're such a good boy. Hello, lovelies. Welcome. Welcome. Hi. I squish you. I squish you with all my love. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness, such a good boy. Okay. Hello. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome. Hi. Hello, Carla. Thank you, my love. You're so sweet. So sweet. So sweet. So sweet. Okay. Rubber gloves. Get some dishes done before the sun goes down. Did you have a good weekend? I just had lunch. I mean, I'm going to air quote lunch because we ordered food, but we didn't eat it. But yeah, I just had lunch with my stepdaughter. Wonderful human being that she is. We talked about October 25th, which is my anniversary party in Niagara Falls. Cinchops. We talked about her doing a sound bath during the guided meditation. Ooh, stretched out. Dude, listen, don't accuse us when you can't touch the sides because you're too small. Okay? Hi, Rippa. It's not our fault when you're too small to touch the sides. Okay? I see Rippa. Oh, and who this?
Hello.
Hello, my love. Hi, who's this? Ahuba?
Hello?
Hello, what's your name?
Noah?
Noah. Hi, Noah. What topic are you here for?
The body count.
Okay, so I am discussing this in a very specific debate fashion, which is facts over feelings, not an individualized debate. You're not the topic. I'm not the topic. This is the topic. A factually would be like this. Would you agree these are glasses?
Uh-huh.
And then a scientific way, if you wanted to bring that, requires 4 pieces of information to prove science says that before you say it out loud. So you would need to provide title of the peer-reviewed study you read, the website you found it on, the page number and paragraph number that has the words you want to say. I'll go find them before you say them out loud. And that's how I ensure there's no amplification of lies, fear mongering, or disinformation. Is that fair?
Yeah, but can I ask a quick question? Wouldn't the topic of body count not really be scientific, but more, morally and like opinion based?
So I have 3 facts. Remember, I said facts or science, but not individualized, right? So I
Yeah.
have 3 facts for why body count does not matter
Can I hear
to
those facts, please?
the people who practice logic and stick to facts. I'm going to get my 3 facts.
All right. Wait, you don't have to memorize in your head, and you're a #1 dating coach.
So I have a visual aid to help you understand my 3 facts.
No, you can just say it.
Yeah, so
I
here
don't
we go.
understand it.
Number 1, if a woman wanted a long-term relationship and she wanted somebody with all of these qualities, can you read these words?
Honesty, respect, loyalty, trustworthy, whatever.
If you say it out loud, let me know if I go too fast. So if a woman wants a long-term relationship,
Wait, hold up. You want me to read every single word to you?
it would help you if you did.
No. I can just read them in my head. I understand it. Don't worry.
So if you don't interrupt me, I'll get through this faster. Do you want me to get through this?
I mean, if you talk a little faster, then yeah, we'll
Okay.
get through it.
If a woman was looking for a long-term relationship, she wants somebody with all these qualities, no less. Does she need to observe someone over time to see if they have all of these qualities, yes or no?
Yes.
Number 2, if a man wants a long-term relationship, he wants somebody with all these qualities, no less. Does he need to observe someone over time to see if they are, in fact, this person, yes or no?
Yes.
Number 3, if somebody wants to know if the other person has an STD or STI, do they have to ask the person to go to the doctor, get tested, get the test results, and show the test results? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now let's expand this. Is it possible somebody could sleep with one person one time, catch an STD?
Is it possible if someone sleeps with someone one time, they can catch an STD?
Is that a possibility?
Yes, it is.
So if you ask somebody the body count, they say 1. You don't have the facts about their test results, right?
It depends if they're a virgin.
Wait. If they tell you they're a virgin, do you
Mm-hmm.
have facts about whether or not they have an STD, STI?
Yes.
So
No.
you take what people say at face value without asking for facts, and you think women should take what males say at face value without asking for facts?
What are you even talking about?
If you want to know somebody has an STD, STI, do you have to ask for testing from the doctor?
Yeah, unless they're a virgin and you know they're a virgin.
How would you know? Were you there every step of the way?
If you can pop a woman's cherry. Hi, miss.
So it's really weird how you think women should take what males say at face value because that's what you do.
I never said that.
Well, then if somebody said they're a virgin, you're not going to ask for an STD test result?
Well, let's say if someone is a virgin,
I
right?
asked
And
the
then
question. If somebody told you they're a virgin, you're not going to ask for an STD test result?
of course not.
No, can we call you a
That's
super spreader?
crazy.
Super spreader. So this male is going to believe what anybody tells him. Oh, congratulations, loser.
Not to mention you
You
can
just
not
bought
to
yourself, you bought yourself a bridge.
not to mention you can be born with an STD, my guy. Like what? I don't. It just blows my mind that there are grown adults who don't know this.
Yeah. So people who don't ask for STD screening are super spreaders because they just believe what people say. So this guy is going to pick up what other people has because he doesn't practice safe sex. What do you want, Ripple? All
I
right.
gotcha.
Okay. Oh, hold on. By the way, to get rid of the kind of male that thinks you should just believe what people say and not get facts. You know, if you want to get rid of the kind of male that goes, trust me, bro, I'm everything you're looking for. Trust me, bro, I'm not going to give you an STD. Trust me, bro, I'm going to respect you all the time. Yeah, if you want to get rid of the trust me bros, just let them talk. Use my methodology, the no kissing for 3 months dating rule. Body count doesn't matter. You can do 1 million people before you're ready to pick a long-term partner. And when you're ready, just get rid of these ones. Hi, Brick. Hello, Brick?
Hey, how you doing?
What topic are you here for, my love?
I say it again, young lady.
Hello? What? Sorry?
She's a grown woman.
I'm
I'm
52,
sorry.
lovely.
I'm an older man, and that's how I refer to women younger than me.
Are
I'm
you
not,
older
Okay.
than me?
and,
How
and,
old are
and
you?
just for the record, I'm 47.
53. I'm older than you, but
Are
thank
you
you.
kidding me?
But thank
53?
you.
Keep doing what you're doing, sister.
Let me tell you what I'm doing. Let me tell you, I picked a good man. I don't have stress. We don't fight. We don't argue.
I can appreciate that. I have a good wife as well.
Yes, my love.
Very easy, comfortable life.
Love.
But the reason I came to your panel
Yeah.
kind of caught me a little bit just scrolling, and you said the body count doesn't matter. And
Two, the people, mark my words, I choose my words very carefully. I don't say body count doesn't matter to all people because I know some people sit in their ego, their dysfunction, their control tactics, cannot sit in the present. They're stuck in the past, never getting out of their imagination, their thoughts. Some people, because their culture, because their religion, they like boys, but they're told they're not allowed to. And so they choose a woman, but they really like boys. They're actually into pee-pees, not vajayjays. So those
I
people
don't think I'm
really want to
qualified
talk. Wait, I'm not done. Those people want to know about body count. Egotistical, indoctrinated, dysfunctional, whatever it is, right? But the people who practice logic and stick to facts, they don't ask for a body count, they ask for STD testing, and they practice observation, present tense, before commitment to make sure they're committing to the right person.
May I?
Yeah.
Well, and not to be combative with you, in your position and your thought process, but I actually do think it matters.
No,
And
come on, love. No. Hold on. I don't think you understand what I'm doing here. This is a debate on this topic, but I'm not debating you on you. You're
okay,
not the
no,
topic.
no,
I'm
no,
not here to
not at all.
discuss. I'm not here to discuss your thoughts, your feelings, your opinion, your experiences. Because let me ask you this: if you don't like spinach, if you think spinach is yucky, if you feel like you never want to eat spinach again, does that mean I should stop eating spinach?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. So your thoughts and feelings are irrelevant. You're
I
not the
thought it was a
topic.
debate.
I'm only discussing this in a factual or scientific way only, but not an individualized way.
Okay, well,
Did
let's
you
still.
have any
May I?
facts? Did you
Yes,
have any?
absolutely.
I'm talking. I can't hear you.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you
Well,
have?
you
I
don't
can't hear
want to
you when
hear
I'm
me.
talking. So I'm
You really don't
I'm
want to
gonna
hear me.
wait until you stop, and then I'm gonna finish what I'm saying. So do you? Oh, he went away because I wasn't gonna let him interrupt me. But I'm here to speak on this about facts or science, but not listen to some -1. Hi, Diane.
Hey,
Okay,
how was
so
your visit with? Oh, I'm sorry.
it was so good. I just saw that there was a -1. I like to show women what these fragile egos do when they're throwing out numbers. They're showing you that they're worth less than 0. They're showing you that they're a -1. These males with the fragile ego, these weak males, weak males say the more males and females been with, the more she loses value, because a weak male says, my belief is males have a less than 0 value. Because if I was a 1 out of 10 with a 0 out of 10, I'd still be a 1. But these males are so weak. They're not even worth as much as 0. They're worth less than 0. So ladies, whenever you see this weak male using numbers, just reply to him and say, I don't listen to -1s. Hi, Diane. Had a great lunch.
This
Nice.
this
Thank
How
guy
was your
thinks
visit?
about 7,745 pp's.
Wow, look at the obsession, ladies. The PP obsessed will always throw a number out. That's the number of PPs they like to imagine smacking up against their face simultaneously. Oof, clock it.
It's not about being a whatever glorifying being a 304 guys. It's just literally bodily autonomy. You would rather try to minimize other people's bodily autonomy and take that away from them to make yourself feel better than just not worry about what other people are doing consensually with their own bodies. That's crazy.
And only worthless males that are worth less than 0 will do that. Only worthless males have a problem with women's autonomy. Only worthless males can't get out of their imagination. Whenever they look at a female, they think of male genitalia. And every time they see a female, they go, she definitely slept around. So automatically, right? Automatically, they're ashamed of themselves because their religion, their culture said they're not allowed to think about boys, but they can't look at a female without thinking about boys. And they blame us for how ashamed they are of themselves. Notice the decline in mental health. Notice the lack of accountability for their own thoughts and emotions. And they want women to bear the burden of their trash mentality. They think we should pick these trash males and we should be with them even though they're ashamed of themselves. It's an absolute no. We get rid of the garbage. Right, ladies? No more garbage. These males who thought they controlled you before they met you, I made up rules for you to follow. You could be with 4, but no more than 10. So what's your body count? Did you follow my rules? Do you know what these guys are? They're just instant block and delete, ladies. If they ask you what your body count is, it's trash. It's a garbage mentality. I controlled you before I met you. I just want you to confirm that. What's your body count? The answer is an instant block and delete. Over text, instant block and delete. On the phone, hang up, block, delete. FaceTime, hang up, block, delete. On a date, you have a sudden urge to poop. If they ask you that question, it got your bowels moving really quickly because this POS in front of you is really inciting the need. So if he asks you on a date, you go, I gotta go to the bathroom. You take your purse, you leave, you drive away, and then you block and delete because you're done with mistakes, right? Remember your past mistakes? Remember the guys you broke up with, you finally left because they were controlling, insecure, no accountability for their own thoughts and emotions, lazy and selfish. You're done. You're done with the mistakes. You block and delete them at the first sign of their dysfunction.
If someone asks, do you think loyalty and body count are inversely connected? I'd say no, considering that you're in a 20-year relationship.
See you, bye, moron.
She's been with her husband for 20 years. Her body count did not affect her loyalty.
Not at all. But of course, these morons who say body count matters, and you got to call them morons because they're not intelligent whatsoever, because you just make up stories and believe their own imagination, right? These morons don't like that confident men don't care about body count. These morons are trying to convince you to reduce yourself to their level because these morons can't cope with autonomy because they're so weak. Ladies, if they're too weak to cope with your autonomy before they met you, do you think they're going to be controlling? Do you think they'll be controlling? Of course they will, because they're so dysfunctional. So get rid of the dysfunctional weaklings. Block and delete them at the first sign. Don't suffer their dysfunction. Get rid of them. They can't cope with actual women. They can't cope with actual sexuality. In fact, the idea of you enjoying your body grosses them out. They call it disgusting. Do you know why? Because the female vajayjay is not something they like. They don't like women. They don't like your body. They don't like your pleasure. But they think you should pick them because their religion and culture said they need a woman beside them, not a male, which is what they actually want. So get rid of these PP obsessed, dysfunctional, insecure, controlling males. Don't pick them. They'll make you miserable, my love. Hey, Roy, what topic are you here for? Roy, what topic are
I'm
you?
gonna send you an invite to unmute. I'm not sure if you know how, but it's to the right of the chat box.
Look at this. This person says they get to tell you how many bodies you can enjoy. It's not about enjoying your own body. I made up a rule that you were allowed to enjoy your own body, but with only so many people. Because your body was mine to make a rule about. Because my imagination gives me emotions and I can't handle myself. So I make up rules because I recognize how dysfunctional I am, but I don't take any responsibility for that. I don't take any accountability for my imagination and emotions. I take zero because I'm such a low accountability loser, right? That's what a loser does. A loser doesn't take responsibility for their own thoughts and emotions. A loser wants a woman to fix everything for them. Hi, Roy. What topic are you here for?
Hey,
You have a lot of background noise. Is there any way to make it not so noisy?
oh yeah. Just give me a second, please.
Okay.
Give me
Good evening.
a second.
I know it's in water.
Can you check if when you modded me, if you did the guest panel stuff?
Oh, I did, my love. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, it didn't take for some reason. I can mute people in the chat, but I can't do anything for the guest box.
Okay. I'll double check that when I get the gloves off.
It's talking like women, talking about women's vaginas just sound disgusting and like you've never touched one in your life.
It's true.
Beans are the loudest, I think.
Right. I'm always having an issue. I can see clearly now. It's gone. I can see the worst to come in my way. Don't you love making these males non-existent, ladies? Hey, mods, don't you love making them non-existent? Hello, Caroline, Dondra, yes. Love it. You've got the power.
Mr. Peanut Butter?
Howdy.
Oh, hi. Give me one sec, sir. 1 moment, please. Let me prepare.
Woman in the kitchen. You ain't beating the allegations now.
Oh, block and delete. Looks like you lost your opportunity because you're a dick. See? Look how little self-control they have. They have no self-control. This is why I use the no kissing for 3 months dating rule. Because these little losers will tell you exactly who they are as long as you don't occupy their mouths with your kisses for minimum 3 months. They have no self-respect, no self-control. Right? Why do they have so much hate for your success, ladies? Why do they have so much hate for your happiness? Why do they have so much hate for the fact that you control yourself, your body, your choices, not them? Why do they have so much hate for your history and ability to do whatever you want? Why do they have so much hate for your intelligence and your beauty and your opportunities? Why do they have so much hate? Why are they like that? Hello.
Hello.
What
Can you hear
topic
me?
are you here for? Yes, I can.
Hello. Hi. So I really just had a
I said,
question
oh,
more than a debate because
sure, sure.
I don't necessarily believe that body count overall matters. You know, like if it's something that happened a really long time ago, I think it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So the question I did have is the comment you had about men not really wanting women and wanting men.
No,
That's
no, no,
I've never heard that.
that's not men, my love. Those are guys that are pretending to be men. Not all guys pretend to be men, but some guys do pretend to be men. And when we're looking for a long-term partner, someone to keep, we have to be careful, which is why we need to use observation before commitment. And if
Okay.
they are overly obsessed with males, oh, somebody proving Bonnie Blue is a brilliant marketing strategist once again. So if they're overly obsessed with males, tell me how many males in your past, how many males in your friend circle, how many males at that event you went to, how many males in your workplace did they talk to? I bet they talk to what they say. Let me see your phone. False accusations. I bet you're out with a male. I bet you want him. I bet he wants you, blah, blah, blah. Like just as constant
Damn.
about males, this is often a sign that they're actually trying to live vicariously through us because they want to be us, because their religion, their culture said it's not okay to like males, you're not allowed to be obsessed with males, so they can't just simply obsess over males, they can't simply have a crush on them. They have to use us as an in-between avenue to go fantasize about them. And it's safer running through us to their male fantasies.
Okay. I actually get what you're saying, like 100%. That makes sense. So you're saying it's not the real man, it's the man that's little kids trying to act like a real man.
Right. And so there's many reasons somebody could be a guy or a girl, right? The least dysfunctional reason is I just don't want a relationship. Like this would be long term. I need somebody who matches my energy. I bring this to the table. I will settle for nothing less. It takes a lot of observation to find and pick somebody like that. This is keeping, but this is not keeping. So I don't need to put in as much work because it's here today, gone tomorrow kind of thing. But when we're looking for a long-term relationship, we want somebody who's a generous long-term thinker. That's man or woman mode. But I could be all this and be in girl mode, not want a relationship. A male can be all this and be in guy mode, not want a relationship. So that's the least dysfunctional reason for being in guy or girl mode. But the dysfunctional way somebody's a guy or girl is they're saying, trust me, I'm everything you're looking for. Go ahead and commit to me before you find out what I'm missing. And that's a guy or girl who's lying about being a man or woman.
Mm, okay. So oh, all right. I just want to clarify on this. A woman that is, how do I say it? Like hooking up is a girl in that moment. When she's
Right. If I could have all these qualities, but I'm not looking to apply it to anybody. I don't
okay.
want to take you on and keep you and apply myself to you for your benefit, which would be generous long-term thinking.
Yep. I get that. I get that. All right. That makes sense. That makes sense. I appreciate it. I just had to clarify on here.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
You too, my love, anytime. Yeah.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to address what you said at the beginning because you said it only matters like to a certain extent. But what you mentioned after, because you said, I think what you said was like it doesn't matter if it happened a long time ago or something.
Yeah.
The problem is that when you ask for a number, you only get a number. You
Yeah.
don't get all of that qualitative information.
The experiences.
Yeah, but having a conversation with somebody about their experiences is very different than asking for a number and judging them on it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Like, I'm not a person to judge someone, but like, I do think that everything matters in the picture, you know? Like, it's not just about like the number. It's more of like, okay, if this is going to be my future partner, I got to know what that person's on energetically. You know what I mean? Like, do they have they slept with 30, 40, 50 different people in the past 3 months? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be
Yeah,
like,
but
So
that's what
no,
I'm saying to you.
no,
When you ask
no.
for a number, you
yeah,
don't get you don't, you would have to ask a whole bunch more information, first
yeah.
of all. But secondly, if they might not want to, like, they might be doing that while waiting to meet somebody. Like, you have no information other than the number. I know, Chantal, you want to jump in?
Dose, have you
What?
been reading the comments in the chat?
No, I don't. I don't. I'm not.
I
It's
want
too
you to take
distracting.
a I want you to take a look at what the males are writing in the chat. Do it right now. Just scroll back and I want you to note the disrespectful comments. I'm gonna scroll right now. I
I,
want you to do this with me.
all right, let me hear it.
We're gonna find some disrespect because I know it's in here. The delusion is crazy, no accountability, says Alex, right?
Yeah, what did you say?
Right? So there's disrespect right there. Right? There's disrespect.
Yeah. I mean,
Bonnie Blue, right? Bonnie Blue. He doesn't have any respect for women who makes her own work, has her own business, made more money than this guy will likely ever see in his life. She's a brilliant marketing strategist, but it's got to disrespect her because the way she chose to make money was through sex. So do you think that these people who come to my live stream day after day saying disrespectful things, do you think these people bring the right energy?
no, I don't. But you
Not for a
know,
healthy relationship. Do you think these people have a high body count?
I'm not sure, honestly. I'm not
I
sure.
doubt it. I
But
doubt it.
can I
Personally.
say something also?
Sure.
You know, there's this thing called the law of attraction, and basically it says if whatever you focus on, that's what you attract. You can look it up on.
Right. So
So
here's the thing. You were saying, I gotta know what her history is, how many people she slept with, because I gotta know about energy that I'm getting into, right?
I
And yet we
said,
have all these people here certainly have a low body count because I can't see women leaning into males that are so disrespectful. You can see it in her eyes, trying to allude that I'm crazy or something like that, right? I'm 20 years in a happy relationship. 9 years since hubby and I have had a fight. I look this good because there's no cortisol or adrenaline in my bloodstream because there's no fights, arguments, dysfunction in my relationship. He wants to accuse me of being crazy because I teach women to not pick a loser, apparently. We got a lot of people here upset that I teach women to not pick losers who I believe have a very low body count because they're so disrespectful. I'm sure women are very turned off by them as soon as they open their mouth.
I think
How does their
women who
low
are women.
body count bring the right energy? How is body count associated to energy?
Yeah, I think it's just like just an easy thing for guys to judge a woman, just like there's easy things for
Judge.
girls to judge
Yeah.
guys. You know what I
To
mean?
make up a story without any evidence, right? That's what they
Yep.
want to do.
Yeah.
They want to ask a woman her body count and then make up a story about her personality without actually taking the time to know who she is. Would you agree?
Yeah, some guys, yeah, probably do that.
It's never a man. It would only be a guy that would do that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, I think it makes sense what you're saying. 100%.
So you alluding to a high body count relating to a certain kind of energy is making up a story. That's called an assumption. Do you know what an assumption is?
Yeah.
It's a story that you believe without any belief. Without any evidence. It's something you make up in your head and then you believe it without evidence. Does that sound like a smart thing to do?
Definitely not.
No, and that's not what I teach people to do. I don't teach people to ask somebody what their body count is, but I do teach them to use observation before selection like a corporation does, and not kiss, have sex, give exclusivity for minimum 3 months to find out who someone is before commitment, regardless of what their body count is. It could be 2, it could be 200. The methodology doesn't change the fact that I should be using observation before selection, no matter what my body count is, because I deserve what I bring to the table, and I should pick the person who's at my level. And I should never tell myself that I don't deserve everything I want just because I slept with other people consensually before I met this one.
All right, I got a question now. How does a real man, find the right woman, the real woman?
Using
What does he
observation
ask?
before selection, like every intelligent person does. I know what I want. I know who I am. I'm not committing to a mistake. I'm going to find out who you are first. This is why when women use a no kissing for 3 months dating, it turns off the selfish short-term thinkers and it turns on the generous long-term thinkers, because generous long-term thinkers are intelligent enough to want to know what they're getting into before they get into it.
Yep, yep. Yeah. So, how does a guy find out, if he can't be, if he's trying to be an observational person and he's not around the girl all the time and he doesn't know if she's hooking up, what's
Doesn't know
something
if she's
that,
hooking up.
yeah,
So here's the thing, when you do observation before selection the way I teach it,
yeah,
you're not just taking what they see at face value. You have 3 months to gather data. That means, did they lie when they told you where they lived? You got to go where they lived. Did they lie when they told you where they worked? You got to double check, make sure they work where they say they worked. Their friends and family, the people that they say are important to them, their inner circle, you got to meet them more than once. And when you meet them, you ask them important questions. If you said you want to get married and you want to have kids, and her name is Cindy, you meet her friends and family and you say, hey, what makes you think Cindy would be a good wife? Wife. She said she didn't want to get married. Now you found a lie. What makes you think Cindy would be a good mom? Mom. She said she doesn't want to have kids. You found a lie. You need to get beyond what they say and be inserted in their life, because if they don't, what we don't do is play a hoping game. A hoping game is where you say, I'm going to commit and I hope I meet the people that are important to them. I'm going to commit and I hope I become included in their life. We are looking for the foundation before commitment.
yeah. I get what you're saying. That makes sense.
Sorry, I just want to jump in and say this. Your question, and it just anytime a guy is focused on body count, but also your question, it just makes it sound like the most interesting thing about a woman is how much sex she's had or is having. It makes it sound like it sounds insecure. Like, how do I know if she's hooking up with? Just get to know the person. They don't owe you exclusivity when you just meet them anyway,
Nah,
So,
right?
it's not about owing exclusivity that I'm
no.
specifically
Yes.
asking for.
No, to answer your question, you will see signs. If she's not focused on you, if she's looking for attention anywhere and everywhere, if she's so insecure, she's just looking for anybody to pay attention to her, if she's still sexually exploring and responding to curiosities and desires and whatever, you will see the signs before 3 months. And that's why we do 3 months, because
Yeah.
we want to see who the person is. We need to get beyond what they initially show and tell and get into the reality of who they are. And only time spent with them will see through the cracks if there's a facade. But if she's putting on a facade where she's, about you and wants a serious relationship, over the course of 3 months, you'll see that she's flighty. But if she's serious about wanting a long-term relationship and she seriously thinks you're a good candidate, you're going to see her lean in more and more and more. The more she gets to know you, the more she sees you're the right fit for her.
Yeah, I get that. I think it's definitely a harder game to play as a guy.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's
women can be they can be a little more sneaky.
It's
So
it's
it's
not
like,
a game though. That's the whole thing. Is that
yeah,
it takes the game out of dating and brings it to reality. I'm
yeah,
not going to commit to you based on the game you're showing. I'm going to commit to you based on the reality I ultimately see.
the reality, not the delusion. I get it. I get it. That's the hardest part is not falling into the delusion. For sure. Okay.
Are you single?
Me, yeah. I'm not even looking for a partner for real. I'm too focused on me right now.
So good for you. Focusing on you is excellent. It's always step one. When we are ready, if you want to use logic to pick a long-term partner, this is my dating book for men.
Okay.
And if you want
Okay.
to have a zero fight relationship, this is my relationship book for men.
Tough. Okay, bet. I'm gonna take a look at your page and see what I see in there. You know.
There's
I,
buttons in the link in my bio to go check out anything you want.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm here for you, my love, anytime.
All right, y'all. I appreciate the conversations. Hope y'all have a good rest of your night.
Bye, lovely.
Thank you.
I just was talking to Mr. Miyagi in the trap in the trap in the chat brought up body count matters because people always subconsciously compare their partners to previous ones. Yeah, obviously, that's natural instinct in humans. We're gonna make comparisons. But what are you afraid of? Like, it sounds to me like you have insecurities and you have confidence issues that you need to work on. I honestly look forward to that. I look forward to showing who I am. I want to show that I'm the best. Like, I am a show off at heart. Like, I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm a show off. So, I'm not afraid of the comparison aspect of not jumping, but coming across new relationships.
It's not right to judge someone on comparison, says the person who is so inadequate. They don't want other people to know how inadequate they are. So, ladies, if you're naive, uninformed, uneducated, this inadequate person who's afraid of comparison will slip through the cracks because your lack of knowledge and education means you don't yet know what's worse than this one. If he's afraid of comparison, if he says it's unfair to be compared, instantly block and delete him because he's warning you of what's ahead, which is his inadequacy.
So it's human nature to compare. It's part of our survival mechanism. Like, that is how we have survived for so long. One of the ways, anyway.
So these manipulative little losers can't cope with your autonomy because they're too weak. These manipulative losers have no ability to cope with women being in charge of themselves because they know that women being in charge, women having comparison points, means they are going to be outed for being losers. And that's why they say body count matters, because they can't cope with the reality of how much of a loser they are. And the only way they try to cope with that reality is attempting to get women to reduce themselves in the hopes that women will reduce themselves enough to pick this loser who can't cope with women's intelligence and autonomy and sexual freedom because they're too weak. These guys are triggered at the idea of you enjoying your body with other males because they know they're so tiny and inadequate in bed, they'll never be able to give you pleasure. And they're very triggered because they know you're going to know how inadequate they are. Theo, hello.
I just want to add to that the person said that it's not okay to judge someone by comparison or using comparison for that. It's actually not that people are judging, people are assessing, and you are just projecting because you are judging people using body count, because you just impose your vision and your assumptions about them, that what is judgment, because you are using your prejudice to people based on their unique experiences. While when we are comparing, we just trying to see if it's something better for us, or is it at least as good as we had it before, which means that we are helping that person to be the best for ourselves, and we will be the best for them, which is a healthy way of thinking, not about judgment, like your projections of your like broken thinking.
Thank you, Dio. X Shop, hello.
You're talking about me?
Yes, hi.
Yeah, hello. I'm here coming in good faith, and I say that because there's a lot of guys that come on here in bad faith. I just would like to say that I come here in good faith when I say that body count does matter if it's too high, like such as...
Well, I love body count does not matter to the people who practice logic and stick to facts.
That's what I'm trying to do to explain. That's what I'm going to attempt to do to explain to you. First of all, can you still hear me?
Yes.
This is already so dumb. I'm sorry. This is already so dumb.
And I haven't even said the reason
Just
why.
think, I just think that coming in and saying you're coming in with good faith is like we get the same guy saying, "Oh, I'm being respectful," while you're shaming and tearing down women for their consensual sexual activity.
I
That's
haven't even,
wild. That's
I haven't
that's
even
really
said
not
anything.
good faith.
I haven't even said anything.
And it's like you are coming from the point of I'm gonna educate, I'm gonna explain. If you want to do that, show us scientific papers, scientific research, show us words of the scientist who says something about that, not your delusion or your thinking about that or how you see it in the world or why you chose that conclusion because you believe that it means something. It doesn't work like that. It's not education, it's indoctrination, and we won't be someone to be indoctrinated here.
So the first thing I would like to say is that there's nothing wrong with having a preference, right? It comes down to preference.
No,
If someone
exactly.
has,
It's good to have healthy preferences, not your delusions
I
about
might be cut
people
off.
with your prejudice, which is not a preference.
We don't prefer your way of thinking. We prefer logic and facts. We do not listen to people who come from ego, indoctrination, or dysfunction because we're not here to listen to people who are not taking responsibility for their own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. You talk about preference, I will show you how people who think body count matters instantly fail to meet our preferences because these people don't come to hear what we say. They come to talk at us. They don't come with an open mind. They think they know everything already. So the facts we tell them doesn't go into their head. It's all dismissed because they think everything they need to know is already inside their head. Their mind is closed, meaning they have no desire. You don't come here with a desire to understand anything. They come here with the intention to talk at us. And why are they like that? Because they have no respect for women, their bodies, their autonomy, or their sexuality. They're failures. They don't meet our preferences. They fail to meet our preferences. That's why we instantly block and delete them. You can have all the preferences you want. We don't care about yours. We care about ours. And we stand by our preference to have a male confidently standing in the present, not some schmo who shoves us aside and goes, enough about you. Tell me about the dudes you used to do. It's the stupidest thing a man will ever say to us, and it's an instant block and delete for his dysfunction, his ego, his indoctrination, his control tactics, his insecurity, his PP obsession. Whatever the reason is, we don't care. We simply block and delete them. What do you think about our preference? What do you think?
They're not going to hear me out, basically, is what you're saying?
I said, what do you think about our preference?
What is your preference?
You didn't hear what my preference is?
She just sat there and clearly told you, and you didn't hear a single word she said. What a
Notice how he proved me
Jesus
right.
Christ.
Notice how he proved me right? I showed him very clearly how somebody who says body count matters is a failure 4 times. And he proved me right by not hearing anything I said because he came to talk at me, not hear what I was saying. This is why you block and delete. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, like, because I was gonna say this to him. Let's be clear. Just calling toxic behavior a preference doesn't make it okay.
Exactly, Diane.
Theo, what were you gonna say? I saw you unmute at some point.
Sorry.
Okay. Guys,
Typical.
don't worry about her husband. Why are you obsessed with her husband? He's straight. He's not interested in you. He doesn't need you to try and be his dick rider or savior.
Look at that. Can't look at me without thinking about a male. PP obsessed much? PP obsessed, ladies? Listen, if you're walking down the street with a PP obsessed male, he's not looking at how the males look at you. He's looking at the males, thinking about the males walking down the street.
first comment, Paul. We're just, you don't need to like spam and repeat yourself, okay? Here's your attention that you were looking for. If you think we're obnoxious or she's obnoxious, you can leave, okay? You're in here and just complaining about being here. So just leave. Okay, Paul?
Oh, baby boy. Do we have a big baby boy in here? Oh, look at the big baby boy. Everybody look at Paul.
So much hate. Oh.
Everybody look at Paul. This is what we call a big baby boy. So big baby boys poop their pants and then sit on the floor and cry. They cry about the situation they created for themselves because they're big baby boys. They don't rock themselves to sleep. They don't give themselves the bottle. They don't soothe themselves. They don't clean up their own mess because they're not mature enough, right? They go where they are miserable. They do things that make them miserable, and then they complain about the misery they created as though women are supposed to deal with it. But we don't. You know why? We abort the big baby boys. We don't want them. We chop them up in little pieces and throw them down the carburetor where they belong. We remove them with a coat hanger, whatever we need to do to get rid of that big baby boy, because us women are adults doing adult things, living adult lives. We don't have time for these babies who put themselves in situations and cry as though women are supposed to fix it for them. We're finished with the baby boys. We divorced the baby boys now. Remember, we're not dating them. We're blocking and deleting them instantly at the first sign of their dysfunction because we don't have time for that. We're focusing on ourselves, not them. We're focusing on our growth, ambition, well-being, not their cries and complaints. Go fix yourself, little baby boy. We're not interested. Sean Marie?
I also, sorry, I want to say about,
Hold on. Go on, Dio.
I just wanted to say about the previous guy and just our rhetoric that we are having on this platform. We are not taking into account that we are saying like we know that people are having certain preference like about body count, but we don't care about it. But I think that we need to start changing the language because it's actually just a prejudice. It's not preference, and we should stop like saying we know that people have that preference. No, we know that people have that prejudice because we have preference about people having certain qualities and it's actually adequate. But they try to impose on people qualities by using this certain delusions that they have in their mind. So it's not like preference at all.
I just blocked that NY Chris because it looks like he's annoying. Tell me if I did something wrong.
You're good.
Marie, where'd you go, my love? Was that about dialogue? What happened? Oh, Marie coming back? Yes?
Guy that I muted earlier.
Lusa.
He was shushing you in the chat, so I muted him.
Loser. Oh, he's shushing me, but he wants to talk to me because you're such a loser. What a loser. Is that him again?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take care of it.
Oh, okay. I had already done it, but yeah.
Well,
If he pops up again, I'll leave it.
Who is that?
Kevin with a black profile. It's just a blank profile picture.
Block the loser.
Melody?
Krista! Hello, my love. Krista and I had a meeting today. Krista, do you want to come talk about the documentary? Are you busy? Are you able? We got lots of people here. Krista says she's going to start making trailers.
Whoa, that's exciting.
So exciting.
All right. Does somebody have the ability to bring her in? Should I take my gloves off?
Yeah. No, I got you. Keep doing what you're doing. We got you.
Thank you. Hi. Oh, Krista.
Hi. How's the sound? Is it reverberating or is it okay?
It's a little tinny, but I don't care.
Okay, let me change that. Okay. That should be better.
Hey.
Is that better? Uh-oh. I'm in my car and it's doing a weird Wi-Fi thing. So
Well, you sound good now.
okay, good. Now I can hear you. Great. Yes. So hi everybody. If hello to everyone. I haven't seen you guys for a while. Chantel and I had a great meeting today, and so nice to see you. And thank you, Chantel, for being here. I am a documentary filmmaker, and I'm making a documentary film about Chantel, about her teachings, about her books, and her new book, and everything she does. So I'm so grateful. So many of you have been involved in this film by interviewing and talking with me and being here every day. So just want to show great appreciation for all of you. We're really excited about this project. It's moving right along. We are going to do a premiere, a short version of the film at Chantel's Niagara Falls event, October 25th. You can attend that online or in person. So we're really looking forward to seeing people there. We're also going to be doing more filming that night and interviewing more people who I haven't got to interview yet, and follow-ups with people that I have interviewed. So I'm just really excited about everything moving forward, and Chantel's new book coming out, and her celebrating 10 years of being a life coach and her birthday. So it's going to be wonderful, and I can't wait to see you all.
Yay.
Oh, evolutionrevolutionfilm.com is the website. If you want to read about it, check it out. You can join a mailing list there. Thank you, Sin Shops, for putting that in the chat. Yeah, so you can also check out my film production company website. That's covegoatfilms.com. And then evolutionrevolutionfilm.com is more specific to the film. So feel free to check it out, sign up, and we'll be in touch.
So from what I understand about this film is that it is being filmed in 4K. It is being filmed with Netflix in mind. And Krista will be wrapping up filming this year and then looking to release the completed version in 2026. Would that be accurate?
Accurate. We want to, after the Niagara Falls, there might be another couple of shoots of things that I find is important to include. So we will be wrapping it up shortly after that. And yes, we have Netflix in mind, but also really any streaming app anywhere to get it out there, because the point is to share your message with as many people as possible and to empower women and to really change the way we are going to move into the future. So humanity, all of humanity. So whoever wants it, yeah, we're going to make the best film we can. We've been using 4K. We've done some great shooting with some 360, some drone footage, trying to make it beautiful. We've got people writing music for it. That's incredible. And all these wonderful supportive people, many of whom are sitting right here on the panel and in the chat today. So yes, very, very motivated moving into the future, and yeah, gonna make the best film we can. So thank you for all your access and for teaching us all and spending so much time with everybody. You're doing this for free every day, so we really appreciate that.
And thank you for seeing me and seeing what I'm doing and appreciating it so much that you are turning into this incredible project.
You're very welcome.
Let me see the film. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's time. It's time for women to stand up and be seen and be heard in all aspects of our society. Krista and I were talking about the direction that I'm taking with the book and how it looks at the past, the present, and the future in terms of women and what is done to us and what we need to do for ourselves moving forward. And it's really incredible that we have Julie Smithson in this documentary, who is a pioneer in AI and artificial intelligence and women using it in particular. So we are truly looking at how women are going to advance by getting rid of the notion that we don't have as much power as males do. We absolutely do. We absolutely do. And we need to start believing ourselves the way they believe themselves. We need to amp our self-belief to their delusional level. We need to get just as delusional as they are.
This is the time for all of you to be telling your friends about this. If they're not on TikTok, tell them about Chantel's books. Just start talking about this, because it's huge. It is. Someone just wrote in the chat. This is a huge, huge topic. It's bigger than just Chantel, but Chantel is the perfect storyline to tell this story, and she is such a good communicator and such an educator. That's why I'm focusing on her. But the message is a large one. So please tell your friends. Let's start spreading the message. Let's keep talking. Let's all keep talking.
Femcells of all ages need to unite. Don't forget, a femcell is fierce, energetic, motivated, centering herself. Empowered, fierce, empowered, motivated, centering herself, and leading energetically her own life. So ladies, it is time for the femcell revolution. Fiercely empowered, motivated, centering ourselves. And then what we do when we see these losers is we say, see ya, bye, loser. Now watch this guy disappear into non-existence where he belongs. Block, delete the loser, and we make them non-existent. It is your power to choose your environment and what happens around you. And when you start exercising that is when everything around you gets better. Males want you to believe you are below them and you are not the leader in your own life. They're supposed to lead you. It's bullshit. You're the leader. You're the reason why the next generation has leaders, because not only did you make the leaders, you raised the leaders. You are the leader of leaders. Let's do this, ladies. It's time. Yeah, we are leading by example. Exactly. We are leading by example. So we are showing that we are not controlled by removing people who attempt to control us. It's time to do this. It's time to get strong, powerful, assertive, and loud. Block, delete, cleanse, remove. Exercise your power, ladies. Think it's permanent.
I have to run now, but I just want to thank you for the opportunity to speak, and it's so nice seeing you all here. And yeah, I can't wait to keep moving forward with this project, and I cannot wait to share it with the world. It's going to be great.
Thank you, Krista. Have a wonderful day,
everyone. You too. Bye bye. Bye-bye, everyone. And thank you all, everyone who's participated. You're all wonderful. I really appreciate you all. Special thank you.
Krista sent me a video of a sea lion getting rescued today. Who showed up to the rescue? 3 women. Women to the rescue.
Hello.
Hi. Hello, my love.
Hello.
What topic are you here for?
The body count doesn't matter.
Okay, so I'm discussing this in a factual or scientific way only, not an individualized way. Because let me ask you this. If you thought spinach was yucky and you feel like what's going on behind you? Ooh.
I'm sorry, I have dogs. They're barking and barking.
So if you thought spinach was yucky and you feel like you never want to eat it again, does that mean I should stop eating spinach?
No.
No.
You can eat whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
Exactly, my love. So a factual or scientific way only. What did you want to present?
That body count doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're fat, if you're skinny, if
it's true.
Both, and it just doesn't matter what your body count, what your body is.
We're talking about your previous sexual history when we say body count.
Like,
Did you hear me?
I think we should let her go. There's too much going on around her. Thank you, my love. Thank you. And you're right. These toxic males would try to tell you you have to fit a certain mold in order to get into a healthy, loving relationship. It is not true. If you are somebody who brings functionality, if you bring accountability for your own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, if you are not asking for more than you bring, I'm not asking for financial responsibility if I'm irresponsible. I'm not asking for work ethic if I'm lazy. If you're fair about what you're looking for in a partner, then you can have who you want because you are deserving of that. It has nothing to do with who you did or didn't do in the past. And I'm highly opposed to these males attempting to turn their rejections into a flex. Body count definitely matters because look at how much I wasn't wanted. No, we're not falling for that delusion. We're not falling for that dysfunction. We're not falling for the rhetoric that has you not take accountability for your own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors.
The guy in the chat saying it matters because adults serve as role models for younger generations is the one waiting to come onto the panel.
Adults serve as role models for younger generations. I am a role model for the younger generation. I've written many books that are read by the younger generation, and my hot body count did not interfere with people learning how to select the right partner by getting rid of losers. Life isn't about hedonism. I get to tell people what to do with their body because I'm delusional. I'm so mentally ill. I run around the internet and say body count definitely matters. People better listen to me because I'm so mentally ill. I think I can tell people what to do with their bodies and their sexuality because I'm in charge of them. Doesn't that sound delusional? Why would I ever listen to somebody so delusional? Eh? Why? That's the question. Oh, look, this dude has no self-control. He doesn't control his control tactics, doesn't control his insecurity, doesn't control how much he doesn't want to be compared because he knows how inadequate he's going to be, doesn't control his delusions and storytellers, but he blames other people for his emotions. If I think about a woman having consensual sex and liking, I get emotional. And he thinks he's going to run around the internet with his big emotions and people are going to listen to him. Oh no, this guy said body count matters. Well, I'm going to say no to that sexual encounter because this guy with his emotions is going to have an issue with it. And I don't want him to have emotions. Eh? Not you?
He's got big emotions and a small pee-pee.
Well, there's a reason why they're so insecure. There's a reason why they don't want comparison points. There's a reason why they don't want women to be informed. There's a reason why they don't want women to know better, right? Right, loser? Just say. I don't like it when women know I'm worse. I don't like it when women are aware, right?
This one loser who said, agreed, as long as there is mandatory DNA test before putting any father on a birth certificate. That's the kind of toxic behavior these guys have that you can end up with, where this guy, no matter what you say, is going to always think you're cheating and is not even going to believe that it's his child.
Look at how
That's the crazy that you're dealing with.
He thinks he's going to tell me who to marry because he couldn't control me in the past. Well, if you're going to tell me body count doesn't matter, if you're going to tell me I couldn't control your sexuality in the past, then I get to tell you who to pick in the present. Does he sound mentally ill? Does he sound delusional, ladies? Does that sound delusional for somebody to say, if I can control you in the past, I get to tell you to pick a loser? I get to tell you who to pick today because you didn't let me tell you how many people you slept with before me. Yeah, exactly. They're out of control with their dysfunction. They're out of control with their control tactics.
I actually don't have a problem with the whole DNA testing. I don't see why not. Like, we asked for STD testing. I don't see why they wouldn't want a DNA test. I don't get it. I don't get the issue.
Notice how the losers always identify who I'm talking to when I change my tone. The losers would tell you in the chat they know I was talking to them. Notice that? Notice how easily they self-identify, ladies. Go on, Diane.
To say, if I were married to somebody and we have a child and he asked me for a DNA test, no, that's crazy.
Why is that crazy?
I I don't even know how to explain that to you. Like that's just
It's like it's
About the underlying assumptions that lies within that. Like, why would you even assume that it is not your child?
It's not an assumption. You're not assuming either way. You're not assuming it is, but you're not assuming it's not either. It's just like we tell people, listen, when you're married, still continue to get regular STD testing.
I don't think it's
Does it work with STD testings and child? Like, you know that you were with that person, and why would you assume that that child is from different person? Like, how does it work?
Because why would you assume that you're safe with an without getting STD tested? I'm just saying lots of people get married and they don't necessarily assume that their partner's cheating on them, but they continue to get regular STD testing. And then one day they contract a disease somehow and find out, oh, wow, my partner was cheating on me. How crazy. I never suspected that. So I'm just saying it's not about assuming that, or falsely accusing them of cheating. It's just, why does it hurt to get a test done? I don't understand why it's wrong to go ahead and adhere to just getting a test done.
so I don't disagree with you, Ripple. I just think what's offensive is the unspoken accusation. And so if that happened to me, like if my partner was like, I want you to get a DNA test done, I'd be like, okay, so you're kind of accusing me of cheating on you. So what do I get for following through on this to prove to you that I'm not cheating? I want some kind of reward. I want a payback for doing this to prove this to you, because I'm personally injured at this accusation. I will do this to appease you, but what are you doing to appease me?
I don't know. I guess I just wouldn't be offended by it. I think like if like every woman that gave birth had a DNA test, like it was just a thing, like everyone just did it. I don't think there would be any offense to be taken because it would just be the normal thing to do.
So this person said ascertaining the truth, right? But what you're accusing me of is lying to you and going behind your back and doing something that is extremely detrimental to the relationship. So I brought truth when I was loyal to you this entire time. I brought truth when I was showing you who I was before we committed. I continued to bring the truth of my loyalty, but now all of a sudden you're making an accusation that I'm not truthful. So I've been bringing the truth the whole time. So what are you going to do to make it up to me for your accusation? You're calling affirmation, but it's an accusation, right? Because didn't you commit to me thinking I was loyal? So now you're accusing me of being disloyal, because if you thought I was disloyal, you never should have committed to me. So it's an accusation. You should have affirmed I was loyal, but you should have affirmed before we committed. That was the understanding. I committed to you because I took the time using a no kissing for 3 months dating rule to affirm your loyalty before commitment. But now that we committed, you're accusing me of being disloyal. Where's my reward for putting up with the false accusation?
Chat said they would do the test and then divorce him. That's probably what I'd do too.
Listen, I would do the test and then divorce you for the false accusation unless you want to give me a reward for following through on your imagination and your false accusation.
I will have to agree to disagree on this one because I don't see it as a false accusation. I don't see it as they're accusing me of lying or cheating. It's just it could be preventing false accusations from anyone in the future. Like someone could come along in the future and say, make up anything. Be like, oh no, that's my baby, that's my child, and be like, no, we definitely got a DNA test. This is our child. But it could be anything. Like this could
The
be seen
test
from so many different ways. Yeah, you can take it later. You can do so many different things. But I'm just saying, just because someone wants a DNA test, in my mind, in my opinion, doesn't mean that they're saying you cheated on me. It doesn't mean that at all. If anything, it can just confirm like it could confirm your loyalty with one another regardless. But we can agree to disagree on this one.
Second, why would you need the confirmation of loyalty? Like, wasn't
No, I'm
you
not saying
certain
you
before?
need. I'm not saying you need that. I'm saying
No, no,
it could be
okay,
that.
but
Yes.
you framed it in the perspective that it can be a confirmation of loyalty. Why do you need that?
You don't need that. I'm saying yes. If you guys are going to put it that way, that you're making an accusation of someone has cheated on you, and this confirms that they did not cheat on you. Yeah, okay, it could be that, but I don't see it that way personally. I don't see it as an accusation of them cheating or or proving that you're loyal to them. I see it as simple as asking somebody who's getting an STD test done. But that's just my
So
opinion.
from your perspective, it is like precaution.
Yeah, yeah, but you know,
Precaution of what
again, we
exactly? Because I'm trying to really understand, because for me, either I'm trying to put myself in a woman's shoes or a man's shoes, and if I would be asked, or either way, I would be offended, because we made this whole journey till we get the child. We already took a lot of investment on both parts. We showed with our behaviors, with our actions, we showed everything. So we did a like colossal work together, and right now you need another confirmation? Why?
because it's about having all the facts. We always talk about having all the facts, having all the facts. Just because
Yes, you already
let me finish
had one.
speaking. Let me finish speaking, please. Just because you go through and date somebody for 3 to 6 months or whatever, and then decide to have sex with them and they tell you, no, I don't have any STDs, we say, don't believe them. Ask for STD testing. To me, this is the exact same thing. Just because you go through and you live this life with them and everything's good and you have sex with them and have a child, yeah, you even if you believe full-heartedly that that's their child, or like if I know that this is that man's child and he asked me for a paternity test, I wouldn't be offended by that. I would be like, okay, yeah, it's just more confirmation. To me, it would be the exact same thing. I would not be offended by that. And if it would be more confirmation in the future if someone were to come out of the blue, out of the woodworks and try to destroy our relationship and say, oh no, that's my child, I had sex with her and I know that's my child, we would know 100%. We'd be like, no, this is our child, what are you talking about? I don't know, for me, I just would not be offended by it.
I will put it this way.
I can just quickly, but for me, empirical evidence in this is intercourse in itself and investments that we already did along the way. I don't need another one, empirical evidence.
Okay, that's you.
So, you know how we ask for STD tests, like as part of the vetting process, right? Like I see us getting further. Looks like, things are going quite well. How about we go get our STD screening from the doctor to show each other the results? And this is a way of clearing whether or not they have something before you get sexual with them. And then we also have all these conversations about sexuality. What have you done that you want to keep doing? What have you tried you don't want to do? What have you not done that you're curious about? What is your kissing style? And so there's all these conversations about how we're going to make sure that we're compatible. I think in those first 3 months, bring up the DNA thing and say, hey, like, I just want you to know, if we have a child, I'm down for a DNA test. You want a DNA test? I would have a DNA test. Or even the other person saying, hey, I just want to put this on the table that I'm one of those people that is big on DNA testing. And so if we had a child, I would want a DNA test. Just want to kind of prep you for that. I'm going to ask you for this, and doesn't mean I'm accusing you of anything. It's just one of those things that I just like to do, like to know. And then the person can decide before committing to a relationship if this is asking for too much. And then it doesn't come across as an accusation. It comes across the way you phrased it, Ripple, which is simply affirmation. I think if it happens after commitment, then it does come across as an accusation.
I like the way you put that. I can jive with that right there. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, bringing it up in the observation phase, so to speak, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
then it would be okay to me too, because the person just told me that it is something that they would like to do, and then I wouldn't have any thoughts about it whatsoever.
It's not you, it's me, right?
And I honestly think more men should do that because listen, if it's an issue that they're coming across, then hey, make that part of your standard. Like, hey, I'm not going to have children with a woman who won't provide any type of DNA test for me. And I don't see that. I don't think that's a problem. Personally, I don't see that as an issue.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Also, don't forget conversations about prenups, conversations about finances, conversations about cohabitation agreements. Should you guys live together? Like, there's a lot to talk about before committing. So I add that to the list. Yeah, DNA test.
I love when we have a little discourse amongst us and we figure out, a good way to have common ground about it. I like that.
We have very intelligent, thoughtful people here. Yeah. And the people love it too. Yeah.
And thank you, Dio. Thanks, guys, for bringing this up.
Yeah. I love all the conversations. Welcome back.
I wanted to add that if you get a DNA or a paternity test before the guy leaves, that if he changes his tune, if there's a separation, it's easier to back up the child is theirs. Because my ex changed his tune and said his kids weren't his, and a paternity test would just cover that lie. So I think it would just be a good way to protect myself or any other mother.
Yeah.
It's a mode of protection.
Yeah.
So I'm going to drop down now.
Okay. Thank you, my love. I was like, how this conversation started, and I have no idea at this point. Miss Sean Marie.
That guy in the chat kind of trying to be like a dick, but Diane brought forth a good conversation from it.
Hi, kind. What topic are you here for?
I'm kind of a guy that thinks that body count does matter.
So this is the topic that you're here to discuss. So I am here to debate this in a factual or scientific way only, but not an individualized way. Because let me put it this way, if you thought spinach was yucky and you feel like you never want to eat it again, does that mean I should stop eating spinach?
The choice is yours.
100%. So your thoughts and feelings in relation to this topic is irrelevant to the rest of the people because the choice is ours. So I have 3 facts why body count does not matter to the people who practice logic and stick to facts. Would you like to hear them?
Yes.
Okay. So number 1, if a woman was looking for a long-term relationship, she wanted somebody with all of these qualities, no less. Would she need to observe someone over time to see if they have all of these qualities? Yes or no?
It's subjective because...
No. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. If
Right.
a woman is looking for a long-term relationship, not a hookup, she has defined herself to know what she deserves, and she will not settle for anybody who brings less to the table than she does. She wants all these qualities, no less, in her next partner. Does she need to observe someone over time to see if they are this person? Yes or no?
No.
No? How do you find out if somebody has these qualities without spending time with them?
Oh, because they could just do like a quick background check on social
So how do
media.
you find out without spending time with them? How does a background check tell you all of this without spending time with them?
Well, you have to see if they have a good credit score. I mean, if they don't have a good credit score, then
But
that
what
should
does the
automatically
credit
be
score
a
have
red
to
flag.
do with their sense of humor? What does that have to do with how many kids they want to have and whether or not they want to get married?
sense of humor isn't going to pay the bills, I'm sure you don't want to
Well,
work
you're
for the
too
rest of your life.
stupid to have this conversation, right? Because I'm asking you a very simple question, but you're looking for any answer but logic.
Well, what's the answer you're looking for?
Logical. Logical would be the correct answer.
Well, I'm asking, what is it that you want me to say that? Yeah, that,
No one will
Try.
tell you. Just answer the question. How do you know if the person is generous?
well, you can ask their peers around them, like, hey, have you heard anything
Yes,
about
that
this
will be
person?
the information in the present. Okay, how do you know if they are humorous, comedic to you, like they can joke and you will laugh
Well, you can
because
text
of
them
that?
and see if they land any funny
Oh,
jokes.
so you need to observe them.
Right, but texting doesn't mean that you guys are having,
Okay, but
intercourse.
if we talk like in person, if that can give us information better than testing, right? Texting, sorry.
Sure, but that doesn't mean you have to sleep with them just to find out
Okay,
if their
we
emotions
can
are.
talk, right? Right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, you
okay,
can talk.
using the talk and observing persons through the conversations, how much are the things we can get to know about them rather than going around and trying to search information through FBI about them? Is the easiest, the most logical path then?
I guess hanging out with them and going on dates.
Yes, correct. Awesome. You made awesome
Wow.
Well,
conclusion. It
actually,
is
let's
the
not go on dates.
Wow.
We can just go
easiest
on.
path
Watch this.
when you're
Watch
trying to
this.
know someone.
Watch him dismiss the logic he just said. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, you
What
don't have
you
to date them.
said
You can just
is
hang out with them.
basically you just pointed out that the easiest, the most logical path to know someone is to hang out with them. So
Okay.
basically observe them, talk to
Right.
them, see if they do what they are saying, if they are ambitious, if they are protective, if they are communicative, if they have skills and everything else. So let's get back to this Chantel's question.
Okay. So would you say the best way to find out if somebody is this person is to spend time with them, observing their behaviors? Yes or no?
Yeah, observant behavior is respectful.
Reluctantly, he said the best way to find out who someone is to spend time with them. Reluctantly, he said that.
Yeah.
Okay,
How
let
else
me
are you
see.
supposed
Let
to
me
get
see
to know
how male.
someone?
Let me see how males do. If a male wanted a long-term relationship and he wants a female with all these qualities, no less, does he need to spend time with her, observing her behaviors to see if she's all this? Yes or no?
Like hanging out with them, like, going on like a walk to the park or maybe playing video games or
Listen, I'm not
something
going
like
to make a
Bro.
point. I'm going to say spend time observing their behaviors, and you
that. Okay,
can.
yes. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean that they're having intercourse, right?
No, nobody said anything about sex.
Okay, because I mean, body
Yeah, why do
count
you keep
means
saying
He is
that?
stuck on sex. He's stuck on it, Chantel.
because that's what body count means. Body
Brought
count
sex.
doesn't matter. That
Nobody
means that.
brought sex to the conversation. Those two questions, sex wasn't brought up. You brought it up, but we didn't bring it up.
Okay, hold on. I think we should level the ground here and come to a conclusion on what we mean. What defines body count?
Body count means how many people somebody had sex with in the past.
Oh yeah, that definitely matters.
I know to losers, it's true. Number 3, if somebody wants to know if the other person has an STD or STI, do they have to ask the person, go to the doctor, get tested, get the test results, and show the test results? Yes or no?
Oh yeah, I've done that.
Wow, he actually got that one. Good stuff. All right, so there you go. There's your 3 facts.
Okay, so body count does matter then.
No, it does matter to the people that are controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, PPFS. It does matter to the people who don't take accountability for their own thoughts and emotions. It does not matter to the people who practice logic and stick to facts.
Because some people do not understand this. Underlying logic of this conversation and debate that anything that people are trying to come across and try to convey when they are saying like body count matters, it's a sentence that has to be proven, and you need to bring evidence for that. And for us people that are logical, the baseline is you really do need to bring evidence. And if we don't need evidence and we can explain everything without your delusion or your statement, then it means it doesn't matter. It doesn't have any sense and it doesn't have any meaning. If you want to show it, you need to bring evidence, factual or scientific evidence. If
Well, I
we
mean,
can explain something without needing it, then it means that is bullshit. That is the baseline of this conversation. It's basically scientific conversation. It works with everything in science like that. If you are saying that something matters, or if you are bringing any other scientific conclusions, you need to bring evidence. That's what we are talking about. We explained everything without needing that. So you need to bring evidence why it matters, not just saying like a kid, oh yeah, it matters. It doesn't matter. And we explained why.
Okay, and I definitely agree with that. But there's also scientific papers that prove
Okay,
one
what's
night
the title of
stands
the
and
peer review study?
Can I
Perfect.
finish?
No,
Can
no,
I
no, no,
finish?
no. Not until you tell us where science says so, because I don't allow anybody to amplify.
I took
Lie,
sex ed in college.
lies,
I read the
thereof,
scientific.
or
Oh,
disinformation. So now you have to bring title of the
okay.
peer reviewed
Okay.
study, website the study's on, page number, paragraph number. What's the title of the peer reviewed study?
I'll
What's
pull
the title? You're gonna go Google because you didn't read anything. You're gonna go to your
No, I
podcast, bro.
I
You're
was
gonna
going to
copy
bring
paste.
up
It's
the
not
research paper I
acceptable.
read in
I
college.
said title of the peer-reviewed study. Website is on page number, paragraph number. Are you prepared?
Then what's a
with the four-
research paper? Is research paper
Are
not
you
allowed?
prepared with the 4 pieces of information? Yes or no?
It's a research paper.
No, not sex ed in college. Shut
So
down
what? Everything I learned in sex ed in
shut down,
college is not
shut
real?
down, shut down. His credentials are sex ed in college. Go get the name of the website, the name of the peer reviewed study. Come back when you have the page number, paragraph number, and all that. That was too funny. I took sex ed in college. I'm thankful that you did because you at least have the bare minimum on the knowledge that you need to not contract STDs, I guess.
I just don't even understand how anything about sex ed would refute the third fact, which is go get testing if you want an accurate, if you want accurate information. Somebody can lie about their number. Whatever you're inferring about from their number is made up. Like it's not real. None of this is real. You're making up stories in your head. Get tested.
Shot Play was here earlier.
Do you remember?
I feel I can't, but I feel like it was real dumb. Well,
Let's
go ahead. I don't think Dio was here though.
roll tape.
When Dio's here, so
Hello, Shot. We forgot what you said last time you were here.
I couldn't even talk. And that was a problem.
Oh, what happened? Why didn't you talk?
I wasn't able to talk. You guys kept interrupting me.
Oh, you weren't smart enough. Okay.
No, not I did. I hardly said anything. How could you make that
We were
determination?
interrupting because you weren't smart enough. Because listen, we prefer intelligent. We like you were the guy who came here as a body count. It doesn't matter, but it matters to an extent, kind of thing. And then we basically got rid of you because you thought you could make rules for people to follow with their own bodies and autonomy. You discredited that.
I was hoping I could state my opinion as far as why I think body
We're not
count.
listening to opinions. We're not interested in opinions. I discuss this in a factual or scientific way only. I'm not here to listen to I think, I feel, my opinion, my experience, because I'm not here to listen to you talk about you. I didn't invite you to come here talk about you on this subject. I invited, well, I mean, you came because you saw the prompt, but I'm giving you space to address the prompt in a factual or scientific way only, but not an individualized way, because I don't care to listen to ego dysfunction or indoctrination. Not for free anyways. You can pay me for my time to do that, but not for free.
Yeah, like we know why people care about body count. Like whatever you're gonna say, we've heard it a million times before. It's your opinion. It's based on your insecurities or your indoctrination or your misogyny, your toxicity, whatever it is. We're just not interested in it. We've heard it all before, and it's not logic. It's just made up bullshit.
We want facts or science only. We're not listening to emotional males talk about their dysfunctions while not taking accountability for their dysfunctions.
I could provide a fact.
What's your fact? Let me remind you, by the way, a fact is something outside of you, easily agreed upon on site because it is so obvious. Would you agree these are glasses?
Yes.
So do I, because that's a fact. So what is your fact?
Somebody with a high body
Block you,
count.
by the way, I'll block you if you open your mouth and you don't state a fact. If you try to do a science or if you do something individualized, I'll just straight up block you for lying when you said you were going to bring a fact. And I teach women to remove liars from their vicinity.
I have 5 followers because I just joined.
Second, wait a second. I just want to point out you already started to say this sentence, someone with a higher body count, which means that it is sociological or psychological study that you wanted to cite. What is the title of that study?
It's called, the title of the study is called commonsense.org.
It's called You're
Common
Bullshit.
Delusion.
It's called You're Full of Shit. That's what it's
Bye,
called.
loser. Bye.
Not a troll.
No, bye-bye. You're a liar. You're a liar. And that's all it takes for women to block and delete you, because that's what I teach women to do. When they lie, you remove them. When they disrespect you, you remove them. When they make up stories without evidence and believe their delusions, you remove them.
And we don't need to listen to it. First of all, we don't owe you shit, okay? We don't need to listen to men with their bullshit. We've heard it all a million times before. We don't owe you shit. I'm so sick and tired of this entitlement that you have, that because this is alive and it's on TikTok, we have to listen to disrespect and bullshit. We do not.
Love this environment. We are talking like in specific way. We are not talking when people start to cite commondelusion.org. We don't care about that. There is a strict methodology that we approach things, and you need to talk like properly. If you want to cite studies, we will listen, we will read it with you, and we will be welcoming to that information. If you want to cite facts, do that, we will be welcoming. But if you are starting like, you are chewing on something insane like common sense, come on, it is BS.
It's making this a gender issue. It's the people who think body count matters that make this a gender issue, not us. There's no gender on the background.
Body count does not matter to the people who practice logic and stick to facts. No gender. Body count doesn't matter, goes both ways, because what is more important than who you did or did not do is who you are, and that applies to everyone. No, we don't listen to males who come here wanting us to listen to the dysfunction that they're not taking accountability for. Diane was incorrect when she said men, she meant guys and girls. We don't listen to people who don't take responsibility for themselves. We don't have time for that. They're not looking for functionality. They're looking to vomit their dysfunction, hoping to bring other people into their dysfunction so they don't feel so lonely in their dysfunction, because as we know, misery loves company, doesn't it? You're welcome.
I refer to the males because you are a male, right? Granada man. And the person who was on the panel was a male as well. So that's why I referred to the males.
It's the same, doesn't matter if it's a female or male, it is always the same. But the majority of people that come with that disgusting dysfunction is men and males and guys. So it is a problem that it is much more easier to generalize when it is like 95% of people that are coming are males.
Yes. Yeah.
Logic. The logic of her methodology of what are we talking about?
He doesn't get it when people say body count matters and try to call it logic. He understands it's more like
okay.
Stand in the present. Danny. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-do. Dance, 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 dance. It looks like social media is changing people, because didn't Justin Timberlake put his dancing shoes on and actually sing for his next concert?
Man, I think you're not understanding why we're having the conversation, right? It's not, first of all, it's not about you, okay? But it's illogical for people to care about body count. We agree on that, but we have to have this conversation because there are a lot of people who get caught up in this. There are women who believe this nonsense, right? And mostly it's, again, women that get shamed with body count. It's mostly women. So we're talking about it to make people aware that it is not it shouldn't matter. That's why we're talking about it.
Was pointing out that you are a man. She was pointing out the majority of people that talking about this topic. She was not trying to generalize you under the umbrella of those disgusting people. And in addition to that, it is not the live where you will have a possibility to hear their logic. We have already logic while they are talking about that. It's about their insecurity. And it is the easiest explanations that we have, and it is correct explanation, because even if we will have 30 minutes or a 60 minutes conversation with one guy to discover what underlying issue he has with the body count, we will still find out that it is insecurity. We even had some guy that said that he is dating coach for men, and he is trying to go into the problem with some guys, and basically what he discovered himself, that it is always about insecurity. And I myself, as a psychologist, I can only see it as an insecurity. There are no any other explanation.
Yeah, I don't know what's so complex. This is the last comment I'm saying to you, Granada, because I mean this is useless, but I did say that. That's why I explained to you why I was referring to males, because you're male and the previous guest was male. That's why I said it. Not because I generalize, because in this specific instance, I'm talking to two different males, so I said males, okay? So again, this is not about you, so you're really centering yourself here.
So if the shoe, listen, there's 80 people here. If the shoe doesn't fit, don't be offended, right? It's not me. That's not who I am. That's not how I am. Park it. Yes. That's right. We move on. We carry on. With knowledge comes power. And now we have a more clear understanding. Don't we feel like we're standing on solid ground? So welcome if you are joining my community, Granada, because you are not controlling, you are not insecure, you are not stuck in the past, you are not hiding your actual sexuality using women as a disguise. You stand confidently in the present, assessing people as they show you who they are, and make the logical, intelligent decision to pick them or not pick them based on who they are, not who they did or didn't do. That's all. And that's what I teach. We stand in the present, we assess. Change minds. The goal, I assume the goal is to change minds. I will enjoy hearing the opposing view. So the opposing view can come with facts or science, but I don't accept their toxicity. I'm not a platform to soapbox their dysfunction. I don't teach women to listen to people who aren't taking responsibility for themselves. I teach women to conserve their time, their energy, their focus for their goals, their ambitions, their work ethic, their financial responsibility, their community, their friends, their loved ones, their happiness, their mental health, their emotional well-being, but spending time listening to males who don't take responsibility for their own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, instead try to reduce women, running around the internet saying body count matters, this is why. No, your why starts with I think, I feel, my opinion, my experience. Your why is nothing more than your dysfunction. Bring me something else. Bring me a fact, something outside of you, readily agreed upon on site, because it is so obvious. Oh, you can't? I guess it's only your dysfunction. Bring me science. 4 pieces of information to prove science said so. Title of the peer-reviewed study, website is on, piece number, paragraph number. Oh, you can't? I guess it's only about your dysfunction. So I am here as the antidote to the poisonous people spreading disinformation in an attempt to reduce women's autonomy and sexuality, because these males can't cope with women's sexuality and autonomy because they're too weak to do so. Do you see what I'm saying? We don't argue because we see you, we accept you, and we deal with you appropriately. If I see you're too dysfunctional, if I see you don't take responsibility for yourselves, I just block and delete you. I don't argue because I'm not trying to change you. We identify and then we deal with appropriately. I don't teach women to waste their time trying to change anyone. Because when women pick somebody to change, you know what they ultimately say? He's such an asshole. He did it again. He lied again, disrespected again, lazy again, irresponsible again. He's such an asshole. He did it again. I keep talking to him, crying, begging, pleading, fighting, arguing, therapy. He's such an asshole. He did it again. No. We're not wasting our time. No more. True opening discussion? No. See, there's other males. There's other males who have opened up their page for therapy, for you males, for those males. But us women are not wasting our time. I don't teach women to give space to males who don't take responsibility for themselves. I teach women to say, nope. Not wasting my time on you. So what kind of leader would I be if I platform these dysfunctional males, but I tell women to not give them time and not listen to their bullshit that they're not taking responsibility for? That's not what I teach. And I model what I teach. I model a 0-fight relationship. Been 9 years since I had a fight with my husband. I model observation before selection. I used a no kissing for 3 months dating rule to make sure I'm with the right person. And 20 years later, it's worked out for me quite wonderfully. I model not wasting your time with males that are abusive and dysfunctional and toxic, and I instantly block and delete them, because women should do that. Women should never give time and space to males who don't take responsibility for their own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. If you want to see a platform where males can speak their mind, go see Alex. He's wonderful. He's from the UK. Have you seen him? He does live streams every day. We ask for proper evidence, facts over feelings, because we're not wasting our time with males who don't take responsibility for themselves. What do you think about all that? Lex is amazing. I love Lex. He was on my podcast recently. We've been admiring each other from a distance for a while. Then I learned he was a fan of mine, and I've been a fan of his. So I was like, Lex, come on my podcast. And he was like, yes, ma'am. Thank you for your time to the Open Logical platform. This is what we are, my love. We are logical. We love Lex. We do. Mr. Dreadzone, hello. Schedule just conflicts with his. Yeah, he's in the morning for us. I heard about you from Lex. Trish, love this. Love this. Open and logical platform.
Is your podcast out yet with Lex or?
Lex? Good question. So I have a team, right? Because I just want to be Chantal. Like I just want to show up. I want to do me, and then I want to leave other people to do the nitty gritties. So because I did the nitty gritty for so long, and now I have people who work for me and do the nitty gritty. So I do my live stream. And then Ruby makes my videos. I do my podcast and Ruby puts it on my podcast. So I actually don't even know if the podcast with Lex is up yet. I honestly don't. Maybe we should go take a look. Let me go. Let me do this. Chantal Hyde podcast. Go. Let's go see what the latest. I mean, I'm sure it is. Let me see. Okay, why is that not giving my whole podcast? Let's go Podbean because that's where my podcast originates. Like Podbean is my podcast home, and then it's distributed to the other players. The word I'm looking for has to do with TV shows.
And on YouTube, Unlearning Misogyny, I see his face in the corner. Oh, it's members only.
Right.
There's 2 videos with Lex.
Yeah, okay. I don't see the podcast with Lex, though. I'm going to ask Ruby when she's going to post it.
Yeah, and on YouTube, they're members only.
Hi, Ruby! Exclamation mark. Can we post the podcast with Lex on my podcast player, please? Thank you! Exclamation mark. There we go.
I've been working, but I've been listening. It is 110 degrees outside per the weather app. For what the weather app says. My truck says 122.
Damn. That should be illegal.
I'm almost done with my second gallon of water for the day. Number 2. I opened a fresh gallon this morning, finished it midday, and I've got a quarter of my second gallon. Or a third.
I have a confession. I've started making lazy salt water. So I have my finely ground pink Himalayan salts, and I've just been scooping it and just mixing it into my water. A generous.
It's better than nothing. I'm sure that's still doing something, you know?
Well, now that I know, because I did the measuring for so long, I know what it's supposed to taste like to be not too much, not too little. So now that I know, I feel like I can mix it in and like still get it right. Everyday gal. Who's the everyday gal? Is that Nia Ripple?
Both of us, honestly.
That's such a cute comment. She's just an everyday gal. Oh my god, that's such a cute comment. I love that. Sincha.
Yeah, Trish, I'm in Arizona. I'm in Phoenix right now, and it is abysmal. It is honestly the pits right now. It's
so
like I feel like I'm in an oven. No cap. When you step outside, you can feel your skin cooking.
Yes. Messa. Is that right?
This morning, though, I was near where was it that you were going to go, Chantel?
Oh, Arizona.
Sedona. Yeah. This morning I was in I was not far from Sedona. I was in Flagstaff. It was 58. It was so cold this morning I turned the heat on. It was 58 degrees. Now I'm in 110 degrees. Isn't that crazy?
You're in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Eastern Ontario. Mr. Dreadzone, I was listening to CBC today, and they're talking about how last year, about this time, they had like 5 heat warnings, and this year, so far, we've had like 12 heat warnings. I like the summer. This is my kind of summer. Give me the hat. I want the hat.
Diane, my hat, remember No, I didn't get the hat with the fans, but I got the hat that when you wet it, it stays like 20 degrees cooler. It is doing spectacular. I'm loving it. I picked it up this past week and today's the first day I used it. I wet it a little while ago and it is nice and cool.
Very good idea.
Awesome. Chantal, sorry, I just wanted to ask about the podcast. At some point, will it be on YouTube not membership, or are they always membership on your YouTube?
Yeah, so the video is going to stay under membership, but the audio is going to be free.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Sister wife? Sandra, you want to be my sister wife? I have a lot of sister wives. I'm not gonna lie, guys. A lot of sister wives.
Can we sister wife?
Yeah.
I love that. Remember I
Yeah.
used to call...
Do you want me to get you a promise ring?
Oh, yeah, I'll wear it.
Okay.
Remember I used to call Deidre my sister wife? Because she was like cooking for us. I was like, it feels like a sister wife. I will be your sister wife.
Okay. Yeah, Sinshop is my sister's sister, but we got her husband's permission to do that.
Good. You have my husband's permission. He's down. You know why? Because I don't ask permission, so it's always a yes. You know what's really cute? Look at this bop. B-O-P. Boring. Look at the bop. How boring. Because bops always repeat themselves. They have no brain cells. These B-O-Ps, boring, oppressive, and pee-pee obsessed. Do you talk about pee-pee, yes? Because you can't look at a female without thinking about male genitalia. How boring can you be? Anyways, what was I saying? Shoot.
To cook for you guys?
Oh, my stepdaughter. I had lunch with her today. And she's been with her boyfriend for 6 years. And I'm like, how's it going? Because I haven't even met him. I've never met him in 6 years. Look how boring. Boring. They have no brain cells, right? Like there's honestly, it's like the one brain cell is working overtime from like copy paste the same thing over and over again. So I'm like, how are things with your boyfriend? She goes, great. I have, all the freedom of being single while in a relationship. And I'm like, girl, I know exactly what you're talking about because it's how my husband is. There's no parent-child dynamic. It's peer-peer. There's no, what time are you going to be home? Where are you? Who are you talking to? Nothing like that because it's peer-peer. Think of how you'd be with your friend. You don't have to tell them every time you go somewhere. You don't have to tell them everybody you talk to or what you say. You don't have to tell them what time you're going to be home at. Like you live and you share with your friend the things you want to share, but there's no harm, no foul if you do things and you don't tell them because it's peer-peer. Like there's no pressure to perform in the relationship. There's no pressure to appease. There's no pressure to ask permission. So it's wonderful. So she's got a really wonderful relationship. I'm really proud of her.
You know what's sad though is that I feel like there's so many people in our society like they're not used to that in relationships. I honestly feel like a vast majority of people's relationships are parent-child dynamics because my friends and I like we are close. We love each other. And when you describe how you are with your friends, that resonates with me. Like we're touchy, we snuggle, we cuddle, like we'll pop kiss on the mouth. And there's been many times where I've been out with my friends, girlfriends and guy friends, and people just assume that we were together just because of how we are together. I'm like, no, like we love each other. Are we in love with each other? Absolutely. We love each other to the max. But are we in a romantic like relationship? No. We just love each other. And even their partners, like some of them never had an issue, some of them did, you know what I mean? Because they were like jealous or whatever. But, I just feel like there's so many people in society that aren't used to just platonic love, really, truly.
Deal, bye, my love. Have a good sleep tonight. Oh, hello.
I'm gonna hop back outside, but I'll still be listening.
Okay. So chameleon, you should never get into a relationship with somebody who thinks that they can tell you who you can and can't talk to. So if there's somebody you're thinking about who's trying to tell you who you can and can't be friends with, get rid of that person because they're trying to control you. And if you give in to them, it'll be something else they're going to try to control. Oh, Cinchops. Yeah, body count matters to people that are controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, and PP obsessed, who don't take responsibility for their own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. You need to get rid of those people because you're too toxic and dysfunctional for a long-term relationship. You're welcome. No, you can have your opinion. We don't care. We block and delete you. Your opinion has you disqualified because we're not interested in controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, PP obsessed. We don't care what you want. You don't care what we want. So we don't care about you. We get rid of you. We block and delete you. We make you non-existent. We're not interested. Goodbye. Adios. Have the day you deserve. Destroys character. Watch him disappear into non-existence. Watch this person go away. Block. Delete, cleanse, remove. See how you make them go away? You just get rid of them. There's no reason to listen to them. There's no reason to talk to them. There's nothing because they bring nothing. They don't bring functionality. They don't bring accountability for their own imagination and emotions, but they want you to rock and soothe them through their little emotions and issues because they're so dysfunctional, but they don't take accountability for their dysfunction. It's called mentally ill. We don't want mentally ill. Squish. Carla. That's right. When we see an ant, we squish the ant. There's no reason to keep the ant. We don't want the ant. Nobody said I want a pet ant in my life, so we squish it. Right? What kind of sex does he do so that he destroys people's characters? Like, ladies, they're so toxic and dysfunctional. They hate you, hate your body, hate the pleasure you could have, but they want you to pick them to be their disguise for their culture and religion so they don't appear gay even though they prefer males to you. Yeah, very problematic. Love the squish. That's right, Michelle.
Selves.
Well, they do, right? I mean, you have to have so much self-loathing that you would say, hey, I'm going to judge you. I'm going to judge you for what you did consensually before you met me because I can't handle it. I can't handle the idea that you're going to compare me to other people because I loathe myself so much. If you have comparison points, you're going to see how terrible I am. So when they tell you who they are, believe them. Believe them. Oh, that's not loser. Thank you. Watch this guy disappear. Squish. Are you ready for the squish? Are you ready for the squish? I'm doing it for you, my loves. Here comes the squish. Watch him. Squish. Did you see that? Non-existent. Like the ant they are, we remove it and don't think about it again. Not for 1 second, because we have better things to focus on. Our mental health, our emotional well-being, our goals, ambitions, financial responsibility, the empire we build, the happiness we create, the community we create. But these toxic little guys, we don't pay any attention to them. We squish them on sight. At the first sign of their dysfunction, we go, nope. Not in my environment. I cleaned out the trash. Squish, sweep it away. We are focused on us and winning at life. 100%. I'm going to do a book walkthrough, my loves. If you're new here, hit the follow button. I'm going to head out for the day. I'm always here Monday to Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time for minimum 2 hours. Might come in earlier, might stay longer. You never know. You never know, but I like to give you that minimum. Meh, what took you so long? I love my lovelies. So for those of you you who don't know, my name is Chantal Hyde. If you Google who is Canada's best dating coach, you will probably see my name. I have 11, 10, I don't know, I lost count now, books on dating and relationships. I catch you where you are. I lift you up from there. So you can get my paperbacks on Amazon. I've got ebook bundle deals, audiobooks as well. All the buttons you want are in the link in my bio. So let's do this. Comeback Queen helps you heal faster from a breakup or divorce. No more staying in the pain. You get to actually speed up the healing process. And I will teach you how by getting you to biohack your own body, your brain structure, your self-esteem. We will expedite that healing process. Then when you're ready to pick somebody, use my dating strategy, observation before selection. That means you get rid of the losers instead of committing and suffering the losers. So no more assholes in English, no more assholes in Spanish. It's also an audiobook, also a workbook with bonus material. Men who want to heal faster from a breakup and select the right long-term partner, you get the perfect play. When you start a brand new relationship, make it rock solid from day one. Grab after the first kiss and avoid pitfalls and self-sabotage. You want to have a zero-fight relationship? I would hope you would be so functional. So get your Fix That Shit books and deal with your baggage. Take responsibility for your own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. So look at this loser disappear into non-existence with the rest of the losers going into the black hole. Block, delete, goodbye. So Fix That Shit.
Did he say body count matters because somebody snitched on him on the T app?
I'm not giving a fuck what he says. All I saw was he was dysfunctional. I'm not taking accountability. And I went, goodbye. I don't know what the T app is. What's the T app?
The app that came out that they were saying that was like you know the Facebook groups, are you dating the same guy as me? The T app was like to warn other women about like unsafe men, and then the men came out with another version in which they just showed nudes.
Dumbasses.
Yeah.
Of course. All right, lovelies, if you want to learn to take responsibility for your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, be functional with communication and conflict resolution, get Fix That Shit for women and Fix That Shit for men. Ripple.
Guys, I did just want to say real quick, PSA mentioning the TF. The TF has been hacked by incels, and because women have to use their IDs to get on the T app, their driver's license, they've all been doxxed. So do not join the T app. Okay, bye.
Okay, well, we need some female hackers, don't we? We're my lady hackers. You know what we need to do? But here's the thing, though. All this does is prove how much we need to publicize their text messages, their voicemails, the Ring camera videos. Screw the T app. They wanted to dox us for doing it privately, protecting ourselves privately, protecting other people privately. They want to dox us for doing that. Here's the retribution. Here's the answer to the doxing. Publicize everything. Don't do it privately and save them the shame of having their dysfunction shown to the world. Apparently, these hackers don't want us to keep it private and behind the scenes. These hackers want us to go ahead and post everything on TikTok. These hackers want us to post everything on Instagram so that these losers who choose these behaviors get to be seen by the world. So there's your response, ladies. They wanted to dox you for going privately and protecting each other privately. Make it public. Speaking of making it public, here's the free book in the link in my bio, Fake Love Need Not Apply, How to Identify and Remove Posers, Losers, Scammers, and Predators. The teens, let's not leave them to be preyed on by the predators just because we now know better. We need to reach back and let the teens know better than to be coerced by somebody using control tactics. So get them dating 101. Now let's get into your mental health, emotional well-being. Say yes to goodness, 10 steps for a complete happy you. This is going to help you evolve your happiness in 10 key areas of your life. Custom-made is career coaching. You're going to identify and monetize your purpose, passion, and talent. This is a workbook. 2 writing exercises at the end of every chapter. The Glow Up Journal is a 60-day journey designed to increase your self-esteem, guided by me, daily writing and doing, designed to hack your brain structure, increase your self-esteem at an expedited pace. These workbooks have bonus material. Again, paperbacks on Amazon for the No More Assholes workbook, the Fix That Shit for Men workbook, and the Fix That Shit for Women workbook. So use the buttons in the link in my bio. Get your workbooks, ebook bundle deals, audio books, free book, freebies for singles, freebies for couples, freebies for incels. I mean, really, do you want to get some female attention, or do you just want to keep crying? So anyways, don't forget to get your tickets for Niagara Falls. Don't forget there's a film being made about me. Don't forget we're going to pre-screen, a special 20-minute pre-screen of the documentary being made. This is going to be a special, big special day. I've got so many components falling into place. I'm excited. I'm excited at all the stuff that I'm imagining for that day. This is something beyond anything I've ever done before. I've never celebrated myself in this way. So I'm happy when you guys are joining me. You can come in person, you can come virtually. I want to make it easy for you. But this is the first time I'm going to be celebrating 10 years in business in this big, proud way. So come do this with me. I love you, Miss Ripple. Diane, Trish, Lori, Cassie, Wendy, Kay, Duante, Carla, Dardar, Casey Pacey, Party on Canada, Dondra, Cami, Miss Katie Cat, Jules, Adrian, Brooke, Becky, Rita, Rose.
You too. Bye. Did you?
Mwah.
Mwah. Bye.
Nadia, Suzanne, Kimberly, high five. Gentrification, Rose, Chameleon, Patrick, and Emily. Thank you, my lovelies. I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful sleep.